So hi guys, today we would be starting with another topic, that is instance based learning versus model based learning. So in last video I told you about how we can categorize ML systems using learning processes. So this is yet another video on that. So one more way of categorizing ML systems is on the basis of generalization. So suppose you are given a number of training examples. The system needs to be able to generalize example it has never seen before. You are not expecting to let the system tell that training examples it has already trained on. You expect that the system would perform better, good or better on the example or on the new examples that you have not shown to the model. Hence, there are two approaches to generalization. So starting with the first approach is this instance-based learning. So this is possibly the most trivial way of learning, is simply to learn by heart. You learn something by heart and that's the best thing you can do for learning. So what happens in instance-based learning is same. In instance-based learning, algorithms uses the entire data set as the model. So here you can see it's written, for example, k nearest neighbors. But as you must be not knowing about nearest neighbor algorithm, I won't be going deep into that. I would simply explain you. So suppose I am giving you an example that is of spam emails. We have already talked about spam emails, hence I would be using that example only. Hence we are talking about these spam emails. Now instead of just flagging emails that are identical to the known spam emails, your the spam filter could be programmed to also flag emails that are very similar to known spam emails. So what you can do is you can simplify the similarity between, suppose this is a spam email and it has some features of being spam. Now we would make the model learn those spam features, and after that when we expect the model to perform good on a similar email, so what you are requiring here, you require a measure of similarity between two emails. Suppose in this email you saw there were 40 words, and and this email was spam. Now after that, every email that comes, you are going to see that the system would flag the email as spam if the number of words in this email would be same as this one, that is 40 words. Hence this is called instance based learning. The systems learn the examples by heart, then generalizes to new cases by comparing them to the learned examples using a similar measure. Suppose I would just give you example through a graph. Now suppose you have taught your model on triangles, rectangles, triangle and rectangles. So whenever your model see, this is the training part here where a lot of rectangles and triangles are there. So whenever the model sees that this shape is similar to the shape that had three vertices, it would directly consider that as a rectangle because it has already seen an example which has similar faces to that. Hence this is instance based learning. It means what you are doing, the system learns the examples by heart, then generalizes to new cases by comparing them to the learned examples. So this is instance based learning. Now coming to the next part, that is model based learning. So model based learning algorithms use the training data to create a model that has parameters learned from the training data. So what you are doing is, basically this is another way to generalize from a set of examples to build a model of these examples, then use that models to make predictions for other examples. This is called model based learning. This is the method we have been using in my TensorFlow videos. We are basically creating models based on some examples and data set that we have been provided, and then we are making some predictions from it. It follows following steps. In the next video I would show you a very simple model made using skittle-learn, or I would show you rather using TensorFlow, any one of that. And yeah, this is the process that is followed. You first import the libraries. So this is an optional step, I guess. Even if you not include this step, not a problem, because many systems or many pre-built models have already included that. For the first step you need to do is load the data which is consisting all the examples you are going to train your model on. Now you need to prepare the data. I told you in every video of mine that the data needs to be really clean and usable for the model, because suppose the data is unclean or has got anomaly in that, then the model is going to predict wrong, is going to make wrong predictions. So you need to prepare the data. After that you need to visualize the data, that how the data is looking like. I told you in my last video, previous to previous video, that the graph is plotted of the data. We plot a graph, or we basically plot an image visualization of the data that has been prepared, to see what is the generalization and what is the classes and all. Now at last we prepare us, we select a linear model. Suppose it can be any model, it can be linear regression, it can be any linear model you want to choose of. And then after that you train the model. You basically train a model on the example, the data set that you have prepared from here, and you train a model. You make your model learn again and again the examples that you have already that you have taught it. And after that you make a prediction, that okay model, we have taught you something, now we want to make the prediction out, we want to see how you are performing. Now suppose from here you see it gives you 70%, it gives you 70% accuracy. Now what would you do? You would again load the data, and you are going to prepare some more data this time. Suppose there were 40 examples, you would make 70 examples this time. Prepare the data, and out of that, I suppose only 60 example pass that. Now out of the 60 examples, you select a linear model, train the model, and make again prediction. Suppose it gives you 90 this time. So this is model based learning. And you must have seen there is a very huge difference between both the learnings, that is instance based learning or and model based learning. So I would just wrap it up by again repeating the definitions. So in instance based learning, the system learns the examples by heart, then generalizes to new cases by comparing them to the learned examples. And in model based learning, you this is just another way of generalizing the form of set of examples to build a model of these examples, then use that model to make predictions. So I hope you have got an idea what is instance based learning and what is model based learning. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you and have a nice day.